Good morning, children. Hope you all are fine. Today we will continue with the same topic, traders, kings and pilgrim. In the previous class we have studied how the trade between India and other parts of the world started, how Silk Route was discovered, and with the discovery of Silk Route it became easier for the traders to come not only to India but to travel to another parts of the world. Today we will study how Buddhism spread. With traders, many pilgrims used to come to India and they were so fascinated by this religion, Buddhism, that they adapted this religion and they tried to take this religion to their countries. About this, we will be studying it in detail.
The beginning of Bhakti. Bhakti is a person's devotion to his or her chosen deity. Anyone, rich or poor, high or low caste, man or woman, could follow the path of Bhakti. Such devotion encouraged worship of certain deities like Shiva, Vishnu, and Durga, who became central features of later Hinduism. Individual worship of deities were encouraged instead of elaborate sacrifices or yagnas. The idea of bhakti is also included in the Bhagavad Gita. The quest of the pilgrims. Pilgrims also accompany traders on long journeys through caravans and ships. Famous Chinese Buddhist pilgrim Fa Xian, Xuanzang, and Aijing have visited India. Xuanzang carried back statues of Buddha made of gold, silver, and sandalwood, and over 600 manuscripts. The spread of Buddhism. Kushana ruler Kanishka organized Buddhist councils where scholars met and discussed important matters. Ashwagosha, a poet in Kanishka's court, wrote Buddha Charita in Sanskrit. Traders carried northern black polished ware to sell them at other places. Traders carried them to Rome through sea routes initiating trade. Roman gold coins have been found in South India. With the traders, pilgrims also started coming to India to find out more and more about Buddhism. Many Chinese pilgrims have visited India at that time. Ashoka and Kanishka are the two rulers who have done a lot to spread Buddhism. Buddhism spread to Myanmar, Thailand, Sri Lanka, and Indonesia. Many caves were hollowed for the Buddhist monks to live in India on the order of kings and queens. Several monasteries were made for the people, especially the Buddhist monks, to come to India and to study about Buddhism. Number of universities were set up for the Buddhist monks where as they were living in India and they were studying about Buddhism. Kushana ruler Kanishka organized Buddhist councils where scholars met and discussed important matters in order to spread Buddhism. Similarly, about 2000 years ago, Christianity emerged in West Asia. Jesus Christ was born in Bethlehem, which was then part of the Roman Empire. Christ's teaching were that he was the savior of the world. He also taught people to treat others with love and trust others, just as they themselves wanted to be treated. People started following Christianity also. Here are few verses from the Bible, the holy book that contains the teachings of Christ. Christ's teachings appealed to ordinary people and spread through West Asia, Africa, and Europe. The Christians of Kerala, known as Syrian Christians because they probably came from West Asia, are amongst the oldest Christian communities in the world. So, children, in this chapter, we have learned about traders, kings, and pilgrims, trade and traders, new kingdoms along the coast, story of Silk Road, spread of Buddhism, and the beginning of Bhakti. I hope you all have understood the chapter. If you have any problem, we will discuss about it in the online class. Till then, thank you and have a nice day.